Alrighty, everybody. Welcome back. Happy Friday. Hope you guys are having a kick-ass day so far. Today's day 30 in the 100 videos in 100 days series. And it's been a pretty awesome day. We're in a kick-ass training this morning. And I figured I would kind of do my video before the day gets too late. Pick up my daughter. Probably end up playing some Minecraft because that's her current addiction. But oh well, right? Today I want to talk to you guys a little bit about our business, our model, our process, what we're actually doing in our business. Now, I know I've talked about this pretty frequently. Yesterday, I kind of talked about getting clear on enjoyment and stuff like that inside of your brand. And today I wrote a post on my profile that kind of broke down what we're actively doing inside of our business. So I wanted to just give you guys a front row seat to that, talk about that, and really show how simple our process is as a whole, right? Now, before I dive in, I want to make note, none of this was built overnight. None of this was built immediately, right? This has been years of refining, testing, tweaking, optimizing, removing a lot of different layers from the business, right? Because again, like yesterday, we weren't always clear on the type of business we wanted to operate. And it came with time, reps, things we were doing, things we wanted to remove. And we're kind of in a transition period as of right now. So I figured it'd be a cool video to kind of break down, shed light on, talk about with you guys. And yeah, so let's dive in. So this is a quick post that I just put out on my profile, breaking down our entire 7-figure business. And as I just mentioned, we've recently made some alterations in the overall process. So I figured it'd be a good time to break things down for you in real time. Now, overall, as a whole, the same model that we've been running for years can be condensed into 4 different phases, 4 different buckets, and you have to build them in stages and layers, right? Like we had a brand new coaching client kickoff call yesterday, and a lot of it was around the attention piece, right? Acquiring the attention to the business and the brand, because that's where we need to start, right? That's where we have to start. Otherwise, nothing else will work, right? If we don't have an audience, we don't start creating content and generating an audience, we won't even have the opportunity to make sales, right? So as a whole, our audience can be condensed into 4 different phases: attention, indoctrination, conversions, ascension, and retention. Okay. So for attention, think content creation, interviews, podcasts, videos, profile posts, YouTube video as an example. Your public external content is what is going to bring attention to your business. Then we have stage 2, which is indoctrination. Think community, group, your tribe of people. This is usually your own group where you can build relationships at scale, build deep connections, build rapport, show people your process and your model. Conversions, where the money is made and the relationship begins. That's a big part of it, where the relationship begins. This is where we're different from a lot of people in the online space, where they want to close you and ghost you, right? We want to do everything in our power to work with people longer. All right, we just got a message from a client this morning who let us know that it was their 10K anniversary. They crossed their first $10,000 online 2 years ago, and we still work with them daily years later. Okay? Ascension and retention, getting clients and keeping them for years or months. Like this is the game plan, right? And I'll dive through deeper as we go through this training. That it's all kind of like a fine-tuned process, right? Nothing different from what we've been doing for the last couple of years. So what's changed, right? Like realistically, if you guys look deeper, you'll look in our brand new free group, Community Collective. We're talking about the same 4 principles. We're talking about this in our coaching programs. Group juice could be condensed into these same 4 pieces. So nothing has changed from that, but it all really started about 16 months ago. We were heading into the new year with dozens of different things, dozens of different products to sell, and a lot of different options, right? We had so many different things. I think the first year we ended up launching Group Juice, I think we launched, 10 supplementary offers, supplementary programs, Juice Box, More Money Multiplier, Predictable Profits. We're doing all these JVs, all these different opportunities in business, and we were heading into that year with too many different options for ourselves. Not to mention for our clients, right? It's like the stand store you land on and there's 17 different checkouts. Like it's confusing for the client, but it's also confusing when you start creating content because you don't really know what you're optimizing to sell. You don't really know what you're optimizing to talk about or get people into because you have way too many different options as far as the actual thing. So it initially started with us condensing our deliverables. And what I mean by that is like our courses, our programs, removing offers from the market or merging them into pre-existing products. So the first things we started doing was like we stopped selling things publicly and started giving them away to our pre-existing client base. And yes, that meant we were eating sales, but that was the goal. And to date, we only have two things to sell, right? We have Group Juice membership, $100 a month or $950 a year, which is our baby that we've been building for years. We've sold it hundreds and hundreds of times at $1,000, $1,500, which comes with all the trainings and tactics, weekly coaching, and monthly live workshops. All in all, it takes us about less than 20 hours a month to maintain. And then our second offer is Core Accelerator, our coaching program, $500 to $1,000 a month, our back-end private program, where we basically handpick people to work with us and we get in the weeds of their business with them, right? This isn't a big 500 member coaching program. We usually cap this out around 500 or cap this out around 30 people in at a time, right? Where we help them deploy every stage listed above and tailor it to them and their business, right? This is a very personalized approach to building a business, okay? This is more self-paced. We have the weekly lives. We have monthly workshops. There isn't the interactive element and the support elements to this. But the biggest difference between Group Juice and Core is the fact that Core is we will literally tell you like step by step, hey, I'm struggling with XYZ, and we'll write you a plan, right? Like we had a kickoff call with a coaching client yesterday, and we wrote them a 6-month coaching program offer. Not a 6-month offer. We wrote them a 6-month plan, right? What we need to be focusing on for the first 90 days that you're inside of here with us. So now our most recent reduction is the communities. And if you guys are watching this first, you will guys already know this because I'm posting these all in our brand new free group. But for years, it's been, 2 different socials. Flip posts on his content, Flip posts on his socials. He grows his group. I post on my socials. I grow my group. And then realistically, we were just looping people back to the same exact offer. So our most recent change in business has been one community. Okay. So now we're using all of our content to grow one group, Community Collective. And then we're selling offers off the back end of Community Collective. So that means all of our content grows one group instead of, managing 2 different groups, managing 2 different socials. We're reducing the number of moving parts in the business, which means we can also spend more time in the Community Collective because we don't have to manage 2 different groups. It's like me and Flip get to disperse our energy into one community, right? So as of now, our entire business consists of creating as much attention and awareness around our new free community, the Community Collective, TikToks, Facebook profile posts, YouTube videos, audience swaps, giving as much free value in the community weekly with offers on Friday, right? We do invite people to buy our programs on Fridays. If that makes you salty, you might not want to be in our group, and that's fine. What we're doing, how we're helping folks, things we're accomplishing in business, life, personal, etc. Moving folks from the free community into the membership, where we give them all the tactics and support to snag wins in their business, grow their own groups, create their own offers, launch their own products, and crack their first tens of thousands of dollars online, right? This isn't a placebo of a marketing angle or a hypothetical scenario, right? We have had people come into the membership, which was Group Juice, and collectively have done millions of dollars in sales online by following the process inside. Okay? Then after that, we're handpicking folks that are like us, vibe with our model, and are motivated and smashing ceilings in their business in the membership and inviting them to work closely with us, right? And we're not hiding the fact that we have other offers, right? If you come into Group Juice and you have some success and you start snagging some wins in business, we're probably going to give you an invite to come hang out with us a little bit closer and help you do something on a more personalized element, right? That's the reality of it, right? Ascension doesn't have to be a dirty word. We're not creating these programs with the intention of ascension, but it's a natural thing that happens, okay? Now, I know this might seem like a lot, but I will condense this entire process into a few lines. We're using our public social content social media content to grow a community. We're using the content in our community to generate interest around offers and sell on us as brand owners, right? As who we are as human beings, dads, business owners, entrepreneurs, etc. We're converting sales via quick combos and PDFs, right? We don't do calls, we don't do Zoom sessions. Like, my calendar is free all day today. We did one thing in the morning and that's it. Okay, that's contrary in a 7-figure business, right? 4, we're doing everything in our power to get client wins and results in our membership. Okay, as I just mentioned, we're not creating this from only give them just enough so that way they need to buy our next thing. Like, you could literally come into our membership and build a 6-figure business of your own and never buy anything else from us, and that's completely fine. Okay, the goal isn't to have this massive coaching program with 700 people in it. It's a tight-knit group of people. They're like our family. We rented a beach house with all of them last year and hung out for an entire week at Myrtle Beach, and we have fun. Okay, so you got to be a different type of person to be in there, right? It's you got to be like us. You got to get along with our inappropriate humor, our foul language. You have to be our tribe of people to even get an invite, right? And that kind of goes hand in hand with number 5, right? We're inviting a very limited number of people to come hang out with us even closer. Maybe they want personalized support. They want to work on XYZ. They want us to help them write an offer. All of the different things that they would potentially want us to help them do in business. And as I mentioned in the beginning of this video, this wasn't all built at once. Okay, none of this was built like yesterday. We didn't build all of this overnight. It was all in stages and phases, refining in different phases. Like, if we go back to the top, right, you're going to have to spend more time in each one of these 4 stages, depending on where you're currently at in business. If you're brand new, you're going to be spending a lot of time in this piece, the attention piece. Okay, and then once we start getting attention and we start getting people into the community, then we can start putting more energy into the community, pulling people from the community into your paid opportunities. And then once we have a consistent flow of people converting into your offers, then we can look at different angles to ascend. Okay, but it's not like you just build all 4 of these and then it's done, right? Like, we've been continuously spending more time in one of these 4 phases, depending on what's actually happening in life or business. Like, for the last 30 days, we've ramped up on attention because we're growing a new free group, right? Now we're kind of tweaking our energy to putting more energy into the new free community collective because we have people in there, right? Versus, like, we can't do this piece if we don't do this piece, if that makes sense, right? It's all cause and effect, this whole game. A simple process, as I just mentioned, right? A simple process has turned a below average Joe who used to work a minimum wage job into a 7-figure business owner. I used to make less than $1,800 a month working full-time in construction, right? We don't have a team. We don't have an army of closers. We don't take sales calls. We don't rely on complex systems or automations, and we don't regularly go viral, right? It's a very simple, efficient business model that we've been running on repeat and refining and testing and tweaking since 2021. And it's worked probably twice as well for the students we've helped deploy it. Now, the reason I wanted to actually shoot you guys this video, give you guys a real breakdown of a 30,000 foot overview of the model that we're running, is because we just made some tweaks in our business, right? Now, if you guys made it to the end of this video, obviously you're slightly inclined or interested in the actual process, right? Like, maybe you want a full breakdown of this process. Move my fat face for you guys real quick. Maybe you're interested in what this process actually looks like in high detail. If that's the case, let me know and I will send you a replay of a training we ran. It's a 60-minute video that breaks down in high detail all 4 of these different phases and how we're using it. So that way you can kind of see how we're a little bit different in the online space and what we're actually doing. But if not, no big deal. You guys have a kick-ass weekend and I will see you tomorrow.